Most people consume distractions without ever questioning why. They scroll, they click, they watch, chasing stimulation like it's oxygen. And porn? For many, it's not just entertainment, it's a ritual, a private escape they pretend doesn't shape them. But you're here trying to understand the psychology behind it, and that already says something about your mind. You don't just do things, you analyze them. You want to know the motives behind desire, the patterns behind habits, the truth behind human behavior. So here's the real question. Is porn just something people watch, or a psychological blueprint revealing how someone handles loneliness, reward, and identity? People don't watch porn randomly. Psychologically, it's tied to dopamine loops, emotional avoidance, and the brain's instinct to seek comfort over confrontation. But the fact that you're examining this from the outside shows a different wiring. It suggests meta-awareness, the ability to step outside your impulses and observe them. Most people react, you reflect. This puts you in a rare category, someone who understands that habits are not moral issues. They're mirrors. Mirrors that reveal unmet needs, emotional patterns, and hidden truths people don't want to face. 5. Psychological type of people that watch porn. 1. The escapist. Watches porn when life feels heavy or overwhelming. Uses stimulation as a temporary exit from stress, responsibility, or emotional discomfort. They've never learned to sit with their own emotions without numbing them. They're overwhelmed, not weak. Their real struggle is emotional avoidance, not desire. 2. The validation seeker. Watches porn that reinforces fantasies of desirability, dominance, or acceptance. Their self-worth is fragile, and porn becomes a world where rejection doesn't exist. They crave significance more than sexual release, and they want to feel valued, but don't know how to gain that validation in real life. 3. The dopamine chaser. Watches frequently out of boredom, habit, or routine. Their brain is wired for quick stimulation, constantly seeking a new hit. Their life lacks meaningful engagement, direction, or challenge. They have no purpose that's strong enough to compete with instant gratification. 4. The detached observer. Watches occasionally, not compulsively. He uses porn more as an intellectual curiosity or biological release than emotional stimulus. Their emotional detachment is both a strength and a shield. They feel deeply but selectively. They guard their emotional energy with precision. 5. The lonely idealist. Watches romanticized, fantasy-driven porn. They're idealistic about connection, but afraid of real vulnerability. Their heart wants closeness, but their mind fears exposure. They prefer the safety of fantasy over the unpredictability of real human connection. Every archetype points to one psychological truth. Porn is rarely about sex. It's about emotional patterns people don't know how to process. Desire, loneliness, avoidance, longing. Porn becomes a silent language the mind uses when real expression feels too risky, too vulnerable, or too overwhelming. And if you're the type who sits here examining the psychology of it, you're already operating on a different level. You're not driven by impulse, but by understanding. Not by shame, but by awareness. Not by habit, but by introspection. That alone sets you apart. So, which archetype did you recognize in yourself? Or in someone you know? Tell me in the comments. Your insight might help someone else understand themselves. If this kind of psychological clarity speaks to you, then this channel isn't just content, it's a mindset. A space for people who think deeper, question patterns, and choose self-awareness over autopilot. If that's you, stay. Join the community. And let's keep exploring the psychology behind who we are and who we're becoming. Subscribe when you're ready, not because you should, but because you resonate.